There's $20,000 sitting in a Houston program with your name on it right now, and 90% of buyers don't know it exists. I'm Marlon Wilson, and in this video, I'm showing you exactly how to claim down payment assistance so that you can be put in a home this year. I just funded a loan last month where my client got $15,000 in down payment assistance. And before they reached out to me, they didn't even know they qualified. So today I'm going to walk you through standard down payment assistance programs and how to qualify for them just so that you can take advantage. So first off, let's discuss what DPA is. DPA means down payment assistance, and there's plenty of local and government down payment assistance programs that help home buyers, particularly first-time home buyers, with their down payment and closing costs so that they are able to purchase a property. There are three different types of down payments. The first is grants. So down payment assistance that comes in the form of a grant is free money and you never have to repay it. So you just simply have to qualify as a grant. Second, I want to discuss forgivable loans. So what these are typically funds that come to you that are forgivable after a certain amount of time, meaning after maybe 3 years of living in the property, you don't have to repay these. But if you were to sell the house, you would have to repay the funds of whatever the down payment assistance funds were to help you purchase the home. And lastly, we have second mortgages. So a DPA in the form of a second mortgage typically means it's going to go behind the first mortgage, which is typically if you buy a $300,000 house, maybe $285,000 would be the first mortgage. And then the difference that would have been the down payment coming from you will be in the form of a second mortgage, meaning when you refinance or you sell the home, you'll have to pay that, but you don't have to bring it up front. Here's what most people don't understand. These down payment assistance programs like this that give you 10, 15, 20,000 and sometimes even more can cover your entire down payment as well as closing costs. So typically what you're doing is you're just bringing in the deposit or the earnest money deposit, as we call it, EMD, to lock in the house. And sometimes even at closing, you're going to get that money back and sometimes even more. But here's the key. You just don't walk in and get this money. So right now, I'm going to discuss exactly how to go about finding it. Okay, so to qualify for these loans, we look at a few different things. First off, they are going to have credit score requirements. Most DPA you can get qualified for with a 580. A lot of other programs are going to be about 620 or higher. Specifically right now, I know a few builders that are at 600. So in between that 580 and up, you'll be able to find different programs. Real quick, if you're interested in getting into real estate but don't know where to start, I've created an online community called Break Into Real Estate, where I teach you how to become a real estate agent, loan officer, loan processor, or even a real estate investor. I would love to have you in the community. If interested, I have a link in the description to where you can join. I look forward to seeing you. So one major difference from down payment assistance and a traditional FHA loan is typically going to be your DTI percentage. With the FHA loan, we can get up to typically 56.99% as far as your debt to income. And when I'm doing down payment assistance, it's sometimes around 49%. I know those numbers they seem like they're close, but they're actually a big difference in somebody getting approved for $300,000 and $260,000. So understand that when you're getting approved for most type of down payment assistance programs, yes, you'll get the money for the down payment, but you're going to sacrifice the maximum amount that you're approved for, which may be a good thing because you may be approved for let's say $3,000 a month mortgage payment. But if you don't have the down payment, maybe you want to kind of put yourself in a safe zone and just get a payment that's $2,600, $2,700. So that's just something to think about whenever applying for down payment assistance. Next, I want to talk about income limits. Some programs have income limits, meaning you can't make more than a certain amount, while others don't. It just doesn't matter what you make. So you want to find the programs that don't really have income limits so that you can take advantage of this, because I feel like everybody should be able to take advantage of not putting or bringing a down payment if they qualify for it. So you want to look around for programs that don't require you to make a certain amount or not make a certain amount of money. Now, a lot of new down payment assistance programs are not requiring you to be a first-time home buyer. So that is a great benefit. Typically, I want to say a good 90% of them will require that you're a first-time home buyer. But as long as you don't have a FHA loan or have not had an FHA loan in the past 3 years, you still can reach out to get approved for down payment assistance. Another thing to note is down payment assistance programs are only for primary residents. So don't expect to use a down payment assistance program to purchase an investment property. These are strictly for primary residences. And lastly, we want to talk about home buyer education. So a lot of the home buying programs and down payment assistance programs, they're going to require that you take some type of home buyer's course. These courses are usually between 30 minutes to 8 hours. Just depending on which down payment assistance program you're looking to go to, they will pretty much break down the entire process for you, and you'll get a certificate, and it's just one of the requirements that's going to be needed to obtain the down payment assistance money to cover the down payment. So that's how down payment assistance, so that's a breakdown of how down payment assistance works. And another thing is that I like to talk about is how I get my clients into homes literally with no money, because yes, we have the down payment, which on a FHA loan is 3.5%. And then you have closing costs, which can be from anywhere from $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, just kind of depending on the purchase price of the home. So if you mix down payment assistance in the FHA scenario, the 3.5% down, you'll get a grant for that, and you get closing costs covered by the seller. Your buyer literally can purchase a home with no money. It's that simple. So a lot of people are taking advantage of that strategy in today's market, because we're in a buyer's market where the seller is given a credit for all of the pretty much closing costs to be covered. And then you're going into it with down payment assistance. And so now, outside of bringing a deposit down up front, you won't be required any money to purchase your dream home. So if you're interested in purchasing a home, looking to get into down payment assistance, feel free to give me a call. My information is in the description of this video. You can also email me or reach out to me by contacting me and setting up a free consultation. I look forward to working with you, and good luck until your first home.